Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Functional Medicine with me, Dr. Howard Robbins. Um, this is kind of an important show uh, because many people don't have what you're looking at right now, full heads of hair. And we're going to be talking about hair loss and how to regrow it. Okay, naturally, safely, and healthy, because that's what my show is dedicated to. Natural, healthy, safe, and effective ways of fixing just about any medical problem that there is. Except genetics don't have ways of fixing genetic diseases and disorders. Unfortunately, we only can improve them. So that's that. In any case, I first want to thank my two sponsors, and both of them are can be very important in regrowing hair or in growing hair naturally and healthy. The first is doctorsbiome.com, doctorsbiome.com, all spelled out. Doctors, doctorsbiome.com. And what they sell there is very important in hair growth. It's called Doctor's Biome Gut Health. It's a very special probiotic beverage. And it has 15 patented strains of probiotics that are created to survive the stomach acids and bile salts over 90%. Capsule, powder, and tablet probiotics that you may or may not have been taking are virtually destroyed by the freeze-drying process. And if they do survive, they have to overcome the stomach acids, be able to survive the stomach acids and bile salts, and then stick to the wall of the gut. Well, they don't. If you look at some of my other podcasts on the subject, you'll understand why. I'm not going to take time now to explain it, but Doctor's Biome has been created with next generation probiotics. These 15 proprietary patented strains are created to survive the stomach over 90%, and they're called smart probiotics. They're actually created to stick to the wall of your gut and get yeast in balance, get rid of bad biome, and work and play well with each other in that what I call the colon sandbox. So it's so important, as you're going to learn later on in the show, um, because of the gut-hair axis. Now, doctors, so you got to go online to buy it. We don't, other than in doctors' offices, that's where they sell it. And when you go online to buy it, it's not inexpensive. Nothing good is cheap and nothing cheap is good. So I urge you to use my patient coupon code as a gift from me to you, where you get 10% off the retail price. You use the code Howard, Howard 35, Howard 35, and you will get 10% off the retail price. Having said that, if you want to save another 10% after you started using it, and you're going to need it for several months, as you're going to learn with hair growth, then go on auto ship. You'll get another 10% off, total of 20% off, plus priority shipping. They run out of it all the time. It's being sold all over the world. And they make small batches. Once it's released from safety testing at an independent lab, then once it gets shipped, and priority shipping, no, it's free shipping anyway, but priority shipping goes to people on auto ship. And it comes with 100% money back guarantee. So you can't lose by it. And you don't have to mail it back. If you don't like it, you won't be able to order it again, but they will let you give it to somebody else. So it's like better than 100% money back guarantee. Maybe somebody else will benefit from it if for some reason you can't take it or use it. So go to doctorsbiome.com for that. Then you're going to learn about ozone and how this helps in making hair. So you can go to PromoLife at promolife.com, but best is to call them at 888 742 3404. 888 888-742-3404 and tell them you heard about it here on Dr. Howard's show and you want to get set up for home care. And you'll learn about that during the show on how ozone therapy home care can benefit you. I don't take phone calls while I'm doing these. You don't hear it, but I'm hearing the phone go off and letting people know. Sorry, can't help you right now. Although everybody knows, all my patients know, they can always reach me on my cell phone. I'm very strange for a doctor. I like to be very available to my patients. Having said all that, remember PromoLife, PROMOLIFE.com. You want to contact them at 888-742-3404, and you're going to learn why, what you can get set up for home care on the show, why it can be so important to regrowing your hair or growing long hair and maintaining your hair. Now, let's get to the show. So, in my family, no one has, I'm going to be 78 in a month from the time I'm doing this show, approximately a month and a week. Nobody has a full head of hair, not losing any. You can see I have no patches. Um, no one in my family has had this either. And no, it's supposed to be on your mother's side, but on either side. By my age, everybody's lost a lot of it. Um, and I haven't. And there's a reason why a lot of my hair is still dark, not just silver. So I've still got a lot of pepper, as they say, mixed in with the salt. And the reason for this has to do with a whole bunch of things we're going to talk about. Now, let me start with a whole bunch of years ago, back in the, I don't know, maybe 1990s, early 90s, late 80s. I lectured. I used to work with this Dr. Gary Null, and we used to do whole weekend workshops away at hotels and whatnot. And I lectured with the eminent trichologist, who I think wrote a book called Hair, by the name of Philip Kingsley, English gentleman, and with the whole accent and everything. And Philip and I, we had lunch and dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner together a number of times, discussing, well, he discussed hair. I didn't. And I learned a lot from him. First of all, you have, and you're going to learn about all the things about hair on this. Now, the show is dedicated to people who have lost their hair due to natural hair loss. It's also dedicated to people who have developed alopecia. I may have to do it in two parts. That's one of the things we'll see. I may have to do the show in two parts, or it just may be a very long show, and you'll have to listen to it if you want to get everything about it. So it's a lengthy subject, not a complicated one. What Philip taught me was many people use all sorts of different shampoos that are supposed to help your hair and your scalp and everything grow, grow well. Doesn't work. You want to keep shampoos simple. The fewer the number of ingredients in the shampoo, he told me, is the best way to go. And basically, you're not cleaning your hair. The key is to have a clean scalp. So you want to massage the soap in, not just to your hair, but to your scalp. And in the massaging action to your scalp, you're increasing circulation to your scalp. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So by cleaning your scalp, it stimulates hair growth. The massage and the increase in circulation, both in and out, nutrients in, oxygen in, and waste products out, make a very, very big difference in hair growth. There are, and then this is interesting because he taught me this too. when it comes to moisturizing your hair, so you have healthy hair and healthy hair follicles, excuse me, he he emphasized simplicity. Many of the products that they sell are loaded with junk, loaded with all sorts of chemicals and stuff that can block up the pores, stop the hair follicles actually from producing the natural oils that you need for your hair. So Philip taught me a very simple way. Not taking credit for something I wasn't expert on. Uh, but Philip taught me that one of the most amazing moisturizers for the hair is actually, if you want to really understand it, mayonnaise. He would take organic eggs. Now, actually, he didn't use organic. I'm extrapolating what he said and I'm improved upon it. And he would take an organic egg so an organic egg with organic extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. And when you beat it, so to speak, and whip it, I use a handheld processor to do that. You make this white, creamy stuff that you want to put into your hair. Now, you can add other things to that mixture, but if you just use that alone, that's a one, and you just let it lay, massage it in to your hair, let it lay there for about 5 minutes, and then rinse it all out. You will have a most wonderful hair moisturizer that you can imagine, and you only use natural products. So you're not going to be harming your scalp and your hair follicles in any way. Now, there's many, many reasons for hair loss. Some of it is genetic. Some of it is genetic, but we still can reverse that. Obviously, I have genetic reasons for hair loss, and I've been able to reverse it. Um, uh, so apparently, just because it's genetic doesn't guarantee that you have to lose your hair. Okay? At least that's my opinion about it. There's diseases that can cause it to happen, like Lyme disease can affect the hair follicles and cause you to lose your hair and develop alopecia, which is the name for having lost your hair. It can be partial, like areata, or totalis, where all the hair is lost, or universalis, where all the hair in your body is lost. Chemotherapy can cause this to happen, commonly known. So those of you that may have had that, this is a way to regrow your hair afterwards. Um, I mean, I can go on and on with all the causes of hair loss. Um, Medical issues can cause it to happen, but we're going to tell you how to overcome it. So rather than go into all the diseases and conditions that can cause you to listen to this show, I'm just going to go into what you can do to help reverse it. So why have I not lost most of my hair? Well, I've done an awful amount when I say an awful, large amount, not awful, but a wonderful amount of direct intravenous ozone therapy. It's inexpensive compared to the blood methods of ozone that may or may not be available in your area. Not everybody has someone who I've trained in direct IV intravenous ozone therapy, where we push the oxygen and ozone gas directly into your veins. You may want to listen to my show, my podcast called Intravenous Ozone, Everything You Need to Know. While I talk all about ozone's benefits, I go into all the different intravenous methods and why I use the ones that I use. The one that seems most beneficial for hair is the direct IV method that I've pioneered into what's called RMDIV, Robbins method. So my protocols are just amazing to replenish hair in people. One of the benefits of direct intravenous ozone is its circulation benefits. So it makes the red blood cells rounder, so they flow smoother, easier, less viscous, and more flexible, so they can slip through narrowed, clogged, or hardened arteries better. As we age, and I'm not talking about getting into your 70s, 80s, 90s, and above, I'm talking even in your 20s and 30s where people are starting to lose hair. Circulation to your scalp may be a big part of the problem. So let me explain. Every cell of your body has to have energy to do just a few things. One, stay alive. Two, do its job. And three, make another cell to do those three things. Now, doing its job, okay, means it needs to make energy. The energy that a cell makes to do its job comes from two things: nutrients, okay, plus oxygen. When you combine the nutrients and the oxygen, you make your energy molecules, your ATPs. The more energy a cell can make, the better it is at doing its job. Now, circulation to your scalp can be improved with direct intravenous ozone therapy, as I'm describing. Massage improves circulation to your scalp. But there are things that can diminish circulation to your scalp, such as wearing caps, hats of any kind can block circulation into the skin of your scalp all around. And people often pull their caps down tight, their hats down tight, and you put yourself at greater risk for losing hair and not growing it as well. A lack of nutrients also can help. So there are nutrients that increase circulation. Ginkgo biloba, oh my God, you can start looking them up. But there's a lot of nutrients that can increase your circulation. So it's essential that you do. Now, for those of you that I'm not going to go over all the nutrients that people can take just to increase circulation. You can listen to my shows on that. And please subscribe. Okay, please. That's the way to say thank you for the show, is become a subscriber and tell your friends about it. In any case, so you want to increase circulation, all right, through massage, by not and not decrease circulation by wearing caps. You want to eat a diet that's rich in nutrients that can help as well. But let me get back to ozone for a second or two. First of all, if you can't get direct IV ozone, which is the major way of increasing circulation and helping hair regrow again, then you can do what's called rectal insufflation. It's an ozone enema. And you can do this by going to Promo Life and getting a home care ozone setup. It's not inexpensive. It's not very expensive. But by getting set up for rectal insufflation and ozone, which is pretty comfortable, by the way, and you can do this twice a day, 6-7 days a week. You want to use a 20 to 40 microgram per cc per ml concentration in the bags that you fill up, and that you squeeze the gas gently using very little thin plastic tubing. It's not a painful thing like most water enemas are. Of course, you want to wet your colon first, either with a fleet enema or using a bulb syringe with, distilled or RO or sterile water, purified water. Because if you have a wet, clean colon, you absorb more ozone. And this way you can get some into your blood. And while it's going to do many things, as you'll hear about on my podcast, Intravenous Ozone, Everything You Need to Know, here on YouTube, but you're also going to find out, that it's going to give, some will eventually give you the benefits. It's not just going to kill off all the harmful things in your body, the benefits that we're talking about in terms of your circulation. Okay. Now, um, so ozone, one way or another, to me, is one of the key ways to go. Now, the gut connects to every organ and every system in your body. It's called the gut-skin axis. I don't know if they actually have one called the gut-hair axis. I'll bet they do. 10 years ago, when I started studying the gut, I knew this much. After 10 years and being published in 6 papers being published on microbiome in medical journals, I know this much. It's unbelievable how much there is to learn and know about probiotics in the gut. But the gut skin axis in your hair is scalp, is skin, and it has the hair follicles in it, as well as your whole body. Okay, that may or may not have hair follicles elsewhere, like in your beard. I had to just go and shave again before I did this because already it looks like I have a 5 o'clock shadow right after I shave for the show. I increase so. The gut, having a healthy gut is a major importance in growing hair and regrowing hair again. All right. Um, Doctor's Biome is the way to go. Why the other probiotics listen to my shows on it? I don't want to waste time on this show repeating myself, but listen to my shows on gut health and probiotics, and you'll learn how it's essential because the gut communicates with everything to have a healthy gut. And if you want to absorb all the nutrients I'm going to be talking about, got to have a healthy gut to do this. Okay. Um, Before we get into it, so I've already talked about massage and what you can, and massaging in those healthy nutrients into into your scalp. Some people use coconut oil. Some people add a few drops of rosemary oil, seems to help with that. Um, but there's other things you can do that help. For example, with stress management, stress can cause you to lose all your hair. Simple as that. It's known that stress can cause hair loss. Enough sleep. People need enough sleep. We grow a lot of our hair while we are sleeping because we're not using our energy for other things, I guess. All right. So it's important that you get an adequate amount of sleep that your body needs. Because of all the things that I do and take and ingest and the lifestyle that I live, mostly organic, and I've learned how to, meditate. I do meditation and I live a more of a uh, de-stressed life. I don't watch news shows. I don't get involved in politics and things like that. That all adds stress to people's lives because I have enough patients with enough stress calling me that I don't need any other stress from any other than what normally comes to every one of us. That also helps by reducing stress. It helps with hair growth, or in this case, the prevention of loss of hair. Light exercise, yoga has been proven to help in hair growth. Deep breathing exercises, taking deep breaths, expanding your chest, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Deep breathing exercises can also help. Why? Oxygen, baby, oxygen. You need oxygen and nutrients to make energy. And very often, because people breathe in a very shallow way, they don't they don't get enough in terms of nutrients. Now, let's talk about nutrition, because this is the internal way of helping. Um, Protein, essential to make hair. You need eggs, lentils, beans, um, tofu, those are some of the better ways. You can't simply get all your protein just from being a vegan. It is very possible. Gary Knoll wrote a book called The Complete Guide to Nutrition. It came from a book called The Egg Project. And it shows you how to combine grains, legumes, and vegetables to make all um, your essential protein molecules, your essential amino acids. Still, and that's one of the reasons I went back after being a strict organic vegan for 15 years, I went back to eating organic eggs. The egg is the perfect protein. It has all the essential amino acids in it, and I eat eggs several times a week to make sure that I'm getting adequate amounts of amino acids into my body. Um, but you need certain iron, for example. If you're iron deficient, you can't carry enough oxygen um, to your to your hair follicles, to your hair growth cells. Um, each each red blood cell holds 4 iron molecules, and each iron molecule holds 4 oxygen molecules. So ideally, you would have 6 oxygen molecules reaching each hair cell with each red blood cell. So you need iron. Now, I don't eat red meat, haven't eaten it since the date of this show. This is my 46th year. I gave it up in 1980, and I do pretty well without eating red meat or chicken for that matter. Um, but you can add iron through spinach and dates and red lentils. Without iron, you're going to lose your hair. As simple as that. So it's known to be an essential nutrient for hair growth. Um, Vitamin A, vitamin D3, along with K2, of course, um, is essential for hair growth. Vitamin C, you hear this on every show, is essential for iron absorption. And I tell everybody you must take vitamin C every couple of hours while you're awake. That's 5 or 6 doses a day if you're up for 12 hours. It doesn't matter so much as how often. And of course, the quality of the vitamin C is very important. Um, some of the slightly more expensive buffered powders are good to go if you can't do capsules. Of vitamin C, or I don't usually use tablets, but I use capsules of vitamin C in a regular way, 5 or 6 doses a day. Essential vitamin for every healthy cell, for every healthy cellular process. Liposomal vitamin C is what I take in capsules for those that you want to know. And don't go for any brand that's selling it cheap. How can everybody else be selling it more expensively and one company sell it for half or less the price? I just don't know how they can do it and make any money. So I buy a quality liposomal C. Um, B complex, you need thiamine and riboflavin and niacin and pantothenic acid and B6. Um, I mentioned biotin that you can get from nuts, seeds, bananas, eggs. Okay. But you need B vitamin and, of course, B12. Unfortunately, it's hard to get B12 easily. In our office, we use methylcobalamin. Of course, it's virtually completely destroyed in the stomach. It's very hard to absorb B12. All right. Um, Vitamin E is very, very important for hair growth and ozone gets rid of free radicals, harmful free radicals in your body that can cause free radical damage. So many of the things that I've told you to take, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D, um, is vitamin C, is to help get rid of harmful free radicals that may be causing trouble. You need some selenium, and certainly you need at least a milligram or so of copper every day. You don't want to overdo copper, but you definitely need some copper in your diet. Um, um, no more than 1 milligram a day, however. Um, Pignogenol has also been very beneficial in helping hair growth. Um, Comes from a French maritime pine bark. That's very beneficial. Capsaicin and isoflavones, ginger, turmeric, um, also very beneficial in terms of herbs that can help in hair growth. Again, I don't recommend amounts so much. People wonder why. Because everybody is different, and if I recommended an amount, maybe it's too little or too much for you. So you have to experiment with some of those things to determine what's the right amount of some of these things to take. Um, Let me think if I left anything out that I want you to do. Yeah, sometimes, depending on what the cause is, acupuncture can be very helpful in hair growth. Um, Various light, L-I-G-H-T, light therapies um, can be beneficial. Um, Even though we don't work on your scalp when you do HOCAT or HOCAT, H-O-C-A-T-T. I did a whole show called What is HOCAT? What is HOCAT? HOCAT has been very beneficial in helping people regrow hair. And again, I don't care what the cause of your loss is. It's more important that you do the things that are necessary um, to maintain and replenish it. Now, if you have any questions about this, happy to have you call me on my office in Manhattan at 212-581-0101. That's 212-581-0101. You also can reach me if you have a question at Ozone Doctor, OZONEDOCTOR @yahoo.com. Please contact PromoLife, contact Doctor's Biome, and everybody please, once again, um, subscribe to my channel, would you? I'd really greatly appreciate it as a thank you. If you got something from this show, tell your friends about it. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, and we'll see you soon here on Functional Medicine with Dr. Robbins. Bye-bye now.